Welcome to the BDS mini-series, Biology of Sense Video 26. Today I answer the question, what is a symptom? Because suppressing a sign, interpreting a formation, or understanding a meaningful event are not the same thing. The epistemology of medicine and clinical practice is at stake here. Western biological medicine, MBO, constructs the symptom as an objective sign, a correlate of a pathophysiological alteration and an indicator of disease. Its logic is linear causality. A lesion produces a symptom. Its method is observation, measurement, and intervention. Epistemological limitation, reduction of the subject to an organism, exclusion of meaning, apparent, but not real, neutrality. Here, the symptom does not signify. The symptom indicates. Psychosomatics introduces a break. The body is not autonomous, but is traversed by the psyche. The symptom becomes an expression of conflict, a mediation between soma and psyche. It contributes to mind-body integration, the role of stress and emotion and personal history. Limitation, diffuse causality, generalization. Everything is stress, lack of deep structure. The symptom expresses, but its logic is not always understood. Within psychosomatics, Alexander Lowe states that the body does not symbolize, but rather embodies the conflict presented as a symptom, chronic muscle tension, energy blockages, or emotional history fixed in the body. The body stores what remains unresolved, repressed emotion becomes structure, and breathing reflects the psychic state. He proposes bodywork as therapy, focusing on the release of tension and reconnection with vitality. This differs from classical psychoanalysis. It involves more than just words. The body is also involved. In psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud radically changed the status of the symptom. It is no longer an error, but a meaningful formation. The symptom is a compromise between desire and repression, a substitute satisfaction, and a coded language. His therapy involves interpretation, free association, and the reconstruction of the conflict. A limitation is its strong symbolic anchoring and lesser connection to the biological. The symptom speaks, but it must be interpreted. Within psychoanalysis, Jacques Lacan proposed that the symptom is a formation of the unconscious that must be deciphered like a hidden truth toward a singular mode of enjoyment, a way in which the subject enjoys their unconscious. It is not merely an illness to be eliminated, but a solution found by the individual to cope with an unbearable reality. Key point: the symptoms not only communicate, but also sustain the subject. Therefore, it does not disappear easily. It has a structural function. It is not only interpreted, but also read. With Jung, the symptom becomes a symbol of the unconscious, an attempt at self-regulation, and part of the individuation process. It not only refers to the past, but it also guides development. The symptom not only denounces, but also guides. In the vision of the biology of meaning with Gerd-Hamer, there is a significant break. The symptom is an adaptive response, a biological program with meaning and correlated with a lively conflict. It proposes something that had already been postulated for millennia in Ayurveda or in rational Chinese medicine: the organ-conflict relationship with a precise biological logic. However, other aspects of his model have weaknesses. The interesting point to remember is that the symptom does not fail. The symptom responds to a lived experience. From traditional Chinese medicine, the symptom is an imbalance of qi, a loss of harmony, and a disruption of dynamic regulation. From Taoism, when the flow is lost, the body becomes unbalanced. Ken Wilber proposes integration. The symptom operates on multiple levels: individual inner experience, individual outer body, collective inner culture, and collective outer systems. Wilber puts the symptom through a very fine and comprehensive sieve. The symptoms are biological, psychic, symbolic, biographical, cultural, systemic, energetic, and existential. The Pharaoh model goes further and articulates, without reducing. The symptom can be a sign, expression, formation, signifier, symbol, bodily inscription, and a biological program. Thus, in Pharaoh, the symptom is an integral event. Pharaoh's key contribution: the symptom is simultaneously a responding body, an unconscious that speaks, a structuring language, an uncirculated emotion, blocked energy, a persistent history, a system that exerts pressure, and an existence that loses meaning. Pharaoh's major clinical key, because if you only treat, you miss the meaning. If you only interpret, you miss the body, and if you only see biology, you miss the story. Pharaoh demands multidimensional reading consistent with the human person in their fullness. Humanization. The problem isn't just how the symptoms are treated, it's what it's believed to be. Because depending on that belief, it's either eliminated, interpreted, or understood. Not all symptoms want to disappear. Some maintain psychological equilibrium, express the unspeakable, or protect the individual. Intervening without understanding this can be clinically violent. Pharaoh learning. There is no rigorous clinical practice without a clear theory of the symptom. And theory is philosophy. Pharaoh phrase. The symptom doesn't change only when it's treated. It changes when we understand what it is. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Comment if you wish. Share this video to raise collective awareness. Study with ESSI, Integral Pharaoh Method. Learn science with awareness because in health, knowledge is not neutral, it's vital.